Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Racha, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere can. And basically, what you have here is this article, going into Biden's new labor proposal, basically. All right, another legislation slash executive order slash whatever, Esau, Edom, and their wicked law system wants to call it, okay? And this is the title. Biden labor proposal could shake up gig economy. That's your Uber, DoorDash, so on and so forth, okay? The proposal would require that US workers who are economically dependent on a company be considered its employees and hence entitled to more benefits and protections. And from the summary right there, it sounds all good, right? Basically, now Uber has to, introduce or initiate us or whatever term you want to use. It's the people that are using its app for ride share, Uber, so on and so forth. People that are using their apps to make money. They have to turn them into permanent employees and give them benefits and so on. Your insurance, 401k, all that bullshit that you get in Babylon the Great. Which of course, now as the days go by, I'm starting to see that all those things were just a scam, okay, because they did not even apply, or better yet, okay, they are not even sufficient to they're not sufficient to actually help you or deliver you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, now continuing on. The US Department of Labor has proposed a rule that would make it more difficult for companies to treat workers as independent contractors, a change that is expected to shake up ride hailing, delivery, and other industries that rely on gig workers. And so basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to, destroy the gig economy, okay? Because you see, this is another trick that because you see this is leading into the NWO, and that's the reason why I'm actually bringing out this article, because this is leading into the NWO. This is more of the New World Order agenda. Basically, they're trying to squeeze out any form of independence, independent money making. Okay, the way to what's the word I'm looking for right now? Okay, and I wanted to say it, but I'm not really true. I wanted to add something else, but I'm not really too sure about that. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to take out, the independent, basically, what they call it, the freelancing, right? That's the term I was looking for. They're trying to remove the free. They're trying to destroy the freelancing economy. Okay, where you can get jobs at your convenience. Okay, make a little extra cash on the side by doing all these side gigs, all these side hustle. That's exactly what you see Esau Edom trying to do. They're trying to destroy the side hustle business in order to bring in the new world order. Basically, trying to destroy any way that you can make income that isn't controlled by the elites of Esau Edom through these various government systems. And it's of course starting in the giant test tube of the earth, the giant altar of the earth, the giant sacrificial lamb of the earth, America, Babylon the Great. Okay, continuing on. Gig company stocks were hammered on the news with Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash all falling at least 10%. Millions of EU gig workers could be heading for employee status. Private hire drivers should not be forced to work in fear. How Indians consume drives the business of rubbish. Cost of living, blood, sweat for a stew. Okay, these are different other articles going into the same thing. And basically, it seems that this proposal could even affect other countries as well. But continuing on. The proposal revealed on Tuesday would require that workers be considered a company's employees, entitled to more benefits and legal protections than the contractors when they are economically dependent on the company. So basically, he's trying to spin this into a positive, right? So now that you are permanently employed, you get more benefits, right? You get your 401k for your retirement, which of course doesn't even work anymore, because I was watching a video going into how in Babylon the Great right now you need at least 3 million to retire, okay? Or you get insurance, which of course the insurance companies biggest scam running, okay? When you're trying to all kinds of insurance scams, insurance frauds being done from the company side, not even from the client side, okay? But and even more so, okay, all these companies, in order to cut costs and to save, will have to lay off so many workers, so many of the people that are using these their apps, using these their services, okay, their companies, the company name in order to run their gigs. They have to cut off so many workers and have to raise your unemployment rate because you have so many people out here that the only thing that are doing in Babylon the Great is Uber, okay, is DoorDash, it's all these different companies that use this gig service and all these various freelancing companies. And of course, it's not going to stop with Uber or DoorDash or them, okay? There are so many other, different companies that have different companies that use gig service or even freelance services, okay? And it's going to continue and extend to them as well. So what you are seeing right now is more of the unemployment status of Babylon the Great and possibly the whole earth increasing, okay, by this decree right here, because that's exactly what this is, okay. Unrighteous dealings, how does it go again? Yeah, basically, unrighteous decrees, unrighteous dealings from Esau, Edom, and we know how these devils work. We know their MO already, you know, everything that they do is for everything that they do is basically leading towards their downfall and leading towards the downfall of everybody that is living in this world, which is why you should be a part of this truth, because we are not ignorant here in the truth, okay? Here in the truth, the Hebrew Israelites, first and foremost, with great millstone, okay? We are not ignorant of Esau, Edom's devices. We know the game, we understand the game, and we are just here to expose that, expose the plans of these devils, okay? And to condemn them in the name of the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh. So more talk about that, Continuing on, the Labour Department could restrict independent contracting and said it will consider workers' opportunities for profit or loss, the permanency of their jobs, and the degree of control a company exercises over a worker, among other factors. The final rule is expected next year, and this is how these devils work. They bring out this information early, to kind of desensitize you, to kind of slowly lure you to sleep about this information right here, about this decree right here before they actually administer it, because they're not going to do it immediately. They're not going to do it right now, okay? They're going to allow you to wait, they're going to allow it to fester, to simmer in your mind, to basically to basically make it gradually and slowly but surely, slowly but surely in your mind fester, your mind lingers until you become desensitized to it, you become used to hearing this, and then when they finally release it, they release it in full, okay? It's not going to just, like I said, it's not just going to be Uber or DoorDash or Lyft or whatever other gig company. It's going to be all type of freelance, all types of freelance work that's going to be affected by this. Where you are going to see that in America, Babylon the Great, they're no longer allowing any freelance workers. Okay, so everything has to be actual employees. Okay, and and that is being done to increase the unemployment rates. Now, why would Esau Edom want to increase the unemployment rates? Can somebody say UBI? Okay. Can somebody say NWO? Okay. You should already know what the game is. You want to make, in the words of the infamous Klaus Schwab, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Okay. If you're making money, that is still an opportunity for you to own something, because with everything we say about inflation and about hyperinflation and so on and so forth, the American dollar, the currency in Babylon the Great, still has worth. Okay, you can still use it to get something. But if this, goes on and the unemployment rate and the unemployment rate rises, it opens up the way for a UBI, universal basic income, and more people willing to receive it because they have nothing, okay, no way to feed themselves or their families. And then eventually, what comes along with the universal basic income, what comes along with the universal basic income. And of course, I'm enjoying this right now because an excuse to talk about the next major prophecy that is about to come upon the planet Earth. Where are they going to put their universal basic income in? A implantable, grain of rice, basically. An implantable Lay's potato. And the rest, okay? The sea heap. That's where you get your Revelation 13 verse 6. I so I cannot Revelation 13 verse 6, but Revelation 13 verse 16, okay? Anyway, anyway, don't really want to read too much else about this because it just goes into basically just trying to put words in to fill their word quota. Think about that essay that you had to write when you were in high school or in secondary school. You have to write an essay no less than 240 pages, where you have to write an article no less than a certain amount of pages. So you just write all kinds of stuff just to fill up the quota of the article. Okay, but you get the point. And this is of course big news that should be plastered everywhere, that everybody should hear about the end of the gig economy. Okay, possibly a possible end of the gig economy, but economy, but nobody is going to talk about this. Of course, it's not going to be in the news the same way that the information concerning the C-19, the Maxis, okay, the what the stab the stab and so forth is not in the news as well. Okay, even though it has been shown that it was that it caused it had the SCs. Okay, it had all kinds of complications with it. Let's just leave it at that. Don't want Esau to get on my case right now, because any small thing, this devil right now, these devils, their eyes are red. Okay, they are showing their horns right now. They have already waged two wars. Okay, they already announced twice on two occasions that they are about to wage a war on information. Once again, there's your gradualism. They're not going to do it right now. They are just going to announce it. They're just going to talk about it. And present it before the UN Council, present it before the whole world, in order to desensitize you to it once again. So when you hear, oh, the war on misinformation, the war on disinformation, you just go, oh, this again. You roll your eyes, you look away, and then it happens, and then that's when Esau comes down with the hammer to bring in the real decree, okay, to bring in the true decree concerning the war against disinformation. Right when you are looking away, right behind your back, these devils stab you, and this is how they work. Be sober, be watchful, be vigilant. There is a reason why these words are in the scriptures, okay? For your adversary, let's get that. Be vigilant for your adversary, the devil. Let's get that. And it's not going to be us that these devils will catch you. It's not going to be us that are in this truth that these devils will catch. It's you that are in the world that will allow these devils to lull you to sleep. First Peter 5 verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? And this is how he devours you people in the world: through gradualism, through desensitization, through propaganda, through psyops. Okay, basically all these things are forms of mind control. They just call it what they are: witchcraft. Okay, you will be out here thinking that magic isn't. Let me just leave that. Let me just leave that. Let's not go too far into in the world of let's not go into far into the metaphysical. Okay, we focus on the truth first and foremost, and what we are bringing out is what we are showing you is information, to condemn Esau, Edom, and their wickedness. Okay, because this right here is a part of the wickedness of Esau, Edom. Because first and foremost, the reason why you even have a gig economy is because you are not giving people their proper wages. You are not paying these people, you're not paying these people a survivable and livable wage, and then you now go as far as to inflate the economy to make it more difficult for them to live, because the reason why gas is so high, the reason why there's a food shortage, the reason why everything is going up, even the houses are going up, rent is going up, is because these devils are artificially you know, influencing the market, okay, in order to make all these things even higher. I'm saying, okay, this is too much. But like I said, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the main point being the grinding cease. Once again, another decree by Esau Edom in order to bring in more unemployment. So you have your keepers, which is of course the presidents, the politicians. Okay, the politicians are those that have been left to be in charge of the United States corporation. The strong men, which are your protector, provider types. Okay, the army, the military, and the oligarchs, the grinders, which is your everyday average Joe small Edomites and workers, okay, the jakes that are still in the system, that are still cogs in this machine that Esau Edom has made all over the earth, and the dark windows showing you the dark days that are ahead. If you are still in the world, if you still continue in the ways of the world, the only thing that is in the future is darkness. That's why the future look. That's why the future looks so bleak. That's why in the future there's World War III. A nuclear, the software that you take right before the nuclear bomb vaporizes you, consumes your eyes in its sockets, consumes your tongue right in your mouth hole because of because of that's no, not because of anything, Slakia. That is how bleak, how dark the future is. And now you even have an unemployment crisis within the West, because you have to remember there is still a heavy unemployment crisis. There are still so many people in the streets, okay, not just in Babylon the Great, but all over the West, without jobs, without work, homeless. and now these devils want to add on top of that. And I don't know if anyone has told you this as of yet, but these Western countries, Babylon the Great, the European countries, so on and so forth, they have now become as the third world. Oh, as the scriptures say once again, another prophecy coming to pass, has thou become as weak as we, and the nations will look at thee, has thou become as unto us. That should be Isaiah 14. So this is the book of Isaiah 14, verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worm cover thee. The worm, of course, being corruption, and the corruption being, political corruption. We here in Nigeria, man. We know about political corruption well here in Nigeria. We always talk about it, about how corrupt the politicians are, how wicked the politicians are. Well, ain't no politician as corrupt as an Edomite politician. Okay, smooth faced, bald faced, tie wearing, suit wearing devils, man. And the other Malcolm was on point when he said that, as soon as you see, if he checks all these boxes, that's a devil straight up. Bald headed, smooth faced, has a tie, pale skinned, and he's still pale skinned. That's an Edomite all the way. When a suit, of course, once again, that's an Edomite all the way. That's a devil all the way. And if he's in politics, that's the end of it. There's no need to test his spirit. You already know that this is Esau all the way. One of the Roman generals or Roman emperors or Roman senators, consulates, governors, praetors come back to oppress Jake once again. So now let me just close out with this precept right here, because you are seeing basically basically I was thinking about this, the well-favored harlot. Well, nobody likes her anymore, and then we'll say how Shami Washai especially is exposing this devil, exposing the well-favored harlot. So now nobody is really checking for her anymore, because what you thought was a virgin, it turned out that this was just some bitch turning tricks in the streets, okay? For cheap, even for cheap too, okay? And that's a bad analogy, but see, I hope you actually can get the point. Nahum 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. And this is exactly how Babylon the Great is. The land of the dead. Okay, that's exactly what Babylon the Great is. The valley of dry bones. But you have lively stones, brothers that are alive in Babylon the Great. And that's the only good thing to come out of Babylon, you know. The brothers and this truth, basically, the only good thing to come out of Babylon the Great. But everything else is the land of the dead, you know, the slain and carcasses all over the place, which of course, spiritually, that place is dead. And physically, it will soon be as well. You know, but the only difference is that you're not going to see any dead bodies in Babylon the Great when that time comes. There's not going to be any slain because the bodies are going to be vaporized. Now, Nahum 3 verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlots, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Now, I would have loved to continue reading on down, but I have to stop here because this is a fire precept, you know, Nahum the third chapter. Okay, all those scriptures that go into Esau, Edom, Obadiah, Malachi, Ezekiel 36, 38. No, 36 is about our people, but Ezekiel 36, 38. Okay, Ezekiel 35 as well. Those are fire precepts that, you know, basically the Most High is unloading on Esau, Edom, and putting curses on these devils, okay? And he's exposing them, which is exactly what every single day on this earth is doing. Exposing Esau, Edom as the true devil on earth. And no amount of damage control, no amount of we are all human, we are all a part of this. Oh, it's not is not East Edomites as a whole. It's just the elites of Esau Edom. You know, it's just the elites. It's the 1% against the 99%. You have to believe me, brother. You know, we're all a part of this. We're all in this together. It's the 1% against 99%. It's not a race. It's not a racial battle. It's a class battle. You know, these Edomites will come out here and give all the excuses under heaven in order to try and escape the fact that their whole, throw the baby with the bathwater, basically. The whole kingdom, the whole people is wicked. Every single Edomite you see out here, if they were in the same position as the elites of Esau, they would do the exact same thing. Okay? That's the simple truth. The reason behind that being the elites know, okay? They know that once this kingdom goes down, they're going into slavery. They're going to get their ass beat for what they did to our people, not just during the transatlantic slave trade. You have to think further than that. What are they doing to our people when they were the Romans, when they were the Christians? What are they doing to our people in in what they call it, Medio Persia, right? With him and them trying to wipe out all of our people that were in the Persian Empire. What are they doing to our people when Nebuchadnezzar invaded Jerusalem? Okay, invaded Judea. Okay, back in what was that, 600 or so AD? Okay, when they came and raided the temple, killed the women, killed the men and the women, opened up the pregnant women's bellies and brought out the babies, and they did the same thing in the transatlantic slave trade. They just sit there and watch to see who would die first, the woman or the baby, That's how wicked these devils are. That's how evil they are. That's how far their hate goes. And right now, even Jakes that are in the world can see that this hatred is not natural. Okay, this hatred, there's another component to it because I was also watching another video again once again, showing you how Esau, their mind is just consumed with the hatred against our people. From the elites up down to the lowest level Edomites, they are consumed with hatred for our people. And our people, you Jakes, are starting to see that right now. So now you understand that it's not just the elites that are doing this to our people, not just the elites that are destroying the whole earth, but also even these low level Edomites as well. All the whole family, the whole nation is bad, okay? The whole nation needs to be taken out, out of power, out of rulership, okay? How does that go again? That's Isaiah 14. I don't want to bring it up because YouTube's hate speech policy, okay? Even though there isn't really much to, even though there isn't really much to do to me. I don't have a bank with JP Morgan or Chase and Morgan. I've forgotten the exact bank, okay? Not a billionaire that has sold out to Esau Edom, so I don't really have much to lose to these devils. But yeah, let me just end the video right there. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashai, Bahasham, Racha Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit, I hope you are coming out edified. Shalom.